Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the breakdown on Britballin. Yeah, with me, your host, Adam Wilkin. Sadly, we don't have Mike with us today. I wonder why that is. I mean, I think we all know why it is, if I'm completely honest. But we'll get to that in a moment. But we do have a very special guest coming on the show today, and I am very proud to welcome Enrique here to the stream. Enrique, thanks for joining us.
Gladly, it's a pleasure.
Oh, mate, honestly, I don't know what we're going to expect today when we get our rankings later on with you after the ones we picked the last time, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'll behave myself a little bit better because, like he says, it's harder when you're live on screen.
Are you ready? Are you ready now to face everyone? Is that what it is?
Yeah. If I give it, I've got to be able to take it as well. So
We've had a few comments come in. Tom's already said, I'm so ready. We'll pull that up in the start screen. Darren, the head coach of the Steam, he's put the Steam are going to get so much grief here. They're really not, Darren. They're really not. Don't worry about it. We've had Thad coming up with the old oi, Thad. I'm actually going to give Thad a shout out. He was in a bit of a car accident the other day. So I hope you are getting well soon, Thad. But we're going to pull our results up soon and we're going to go through our results. But before we do that, Enrique, do you want to give us a bit of a background on yourself, where you play, what you coach, things like that, please?
yeah, gladly. So I mainly really started properly was Uniball up north, so University of Sheffield. Did that for about 4 years. Even when I wasn't actually, um, you know, studying, like doing place in industry, I was still training with the team. I just loved it, stuck with them. And obviously through the team, met the Giants, been with the Giants for about 3 years now. So Sheffield football's a big thing. Did a stint at Leeds Beckett, which I absolutely loved as well. It's a good group of lads over there, and I always wish them the best. Yeah, and then quite recently, pre-pandemic, started doing the under-16s coaching. Um, our running back for the Giants is actually the head coach of the under-16s, and he just dropped me a message and he's like, "Do you have any interest?" Because he needed a defensive coach. And to be honest, I didn't hesitate. It was an opportunity to give back, and to be honest, it's like my favorite thing I do now. So yeah, I'm DCing the under-16s now. Love that. But yeah, so I'm towards the end of my studies now, so Uniball's on its way out. So I'm Giants adults and Giants youth.
Love it, mate. And I know that the Giants youth team are doing a cracking job at the moment, sitting nice and pretty at the top of your division.
Yeah. We've got some really good lads in the team. We're quite lucky that we've got just so many guys that are willing to try stuff out. We've got rugby players, football players, everything, and they just wanted to try out. And as you can imagine, it was a mess when we first started because it's just a bunch of kids all thinking that American football's just showing off, and they've come together to build like a great unit on both sides. Not to brag, we are unbeaten. In our 9 games. Sorry,
Brag it, mate. Brag it out. It's fine.
Yeah, we are unbeaten in our 9 games in our 3 tournaments. But don't for absolutely no way am I going to say that the teams we play with aren't up to standard because, as I mentioned, when Warwick came on, Scunthorpe's in there. Scunthorpe is building a great team over there. Like in a few years, they're going to be an absolute unit. The Lincolnshire Bombers as well. They always only come with about 7 or 8 lads, but they always actually challenge the teams. They've actually won a few games with like 8 lads at the games. You know what I mean? Frickley, again, young team, small team. Honestly, there's a photo of a Frickley player juking 4 of my boys and having them all on the floor. Like they are, which is a great photo. I'll send it to you. It's a beautiful photo.
I've seen it, mate. I've seen it.
But yeah, we're just trying to build something, a future for Sheffield football, and we feel like it's going well. The 16s are amazing. The 19, I'm losing a few of them after our next tournament to the under 19s.
Yeah.
But then we've got a few more coming through, so it's what we look forward to.
You can't complain at that. We've had a comment come in from Terrell. Is this the man behind the phone call? Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes.
This
So,
is the phone call.
I just want to say, I was at Nando's and I'd been drinking as well, which is my own fault. Absolutely my own fault. But on the rankings, I'll give a proper serious one this time. Not just Sheffield's the best and everyone else isn't. I'm gonna, yeah.
Nah, mate, I enjoyed it. We're putting Sheffield at the top of the rankings today. I don't even care. No, but yeah, we've had a few come in. Yeah, he was losing his mind at your madness. But we're gonna sort that out today. Don't worry. Oh, this is the guest. Oh, look at that.
You know what? I actually get it. He's had to listen to me for years because he used to be involved. I'm pretty sure he was involved with the UClan team as well. Oh, Tom, behave. Like so he dealt with me at Uniball, obviously at Manchester. So Bloomfield's had to listen to my crap for years. Even at the All-Star, he was coaching there when I came. When they were doing like the whole open trials, I went for the open trials, and he was even there. Like he can never get rid of me, so I do feel bad for him.
He's probably sick of you by now, to be honest. We all love it, man. And I do appreciate you being on, mate. I really do. You've dug me out of a right hole here coming on tonight. Since
of course, he's lost and he's disappeared. His internet, his
internet is gone somehow. Do you know what I mean? He stitched me right up tonight. He didn't tell us until I would say maybe 3 hours ago that he wasn't able to make it tonight, but he is. I think he's gone on holiday. I think he's gone away with his the missus and stuff today. So I just think the internet was a bit of a nightmare where he is.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I want to.
To be honest, if you want to know the real reason why he's not here, he's actually got his tetanus jab for when he's got to go and play in crew.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I was going to say, so he's got to go play for the Railroaders then.
Yeah, damn right he does.
So you guys worked it out, because I remember you guys were all over it. Okay, so he's got to go play, and then do you get to play against them? Is that what it was?
No. I just get to sit pretty up here in Newcastle, mate. Like, I'm not leaving. To be fair, I might drive down and just get some pictures of him in a crew jersey, if I'm honest. But I think I know what he's like. He's trying to do a big whole push of getting a lot of the northern lads to go and transfer
play
down
with
for
him.
Yeah. You know what he's like. He's a sly little devil like that.
Did you check that you can do the 2 transfers? Because what we
you
don't
can. You can.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely can. Can you imagine if you just got stuck there, though? That'd be funny as shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah. To be honest, crew, I saw a few. I was watching it last week and I saw a few of them commenting. They're really good sports. They were inviting him to do it.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, we wouldn't have said that would have done that unless they'd offered for it. So
yeah,
I think that they've been really good sports with it. And to be fair, I like the way that crew's going. They're improving all the time. And I mean, they played that Tamworth game the other day and played it all the way through. So I'll give out loads of respect for that. Like, I rate the QB as well. The QB is decent. Good. So, but I mean, we'll get on to some of the results. Here's a little sneak peek for everyone as well. Okay, so tonight's show, we're not actually going to preview next week's fixtures, and I'll tell you that why, because I don't want Enrique getting in trouble. Right? Hold on. Toby, if you're watching, he's been fucking good as gold so far. Leave him alone. Right? So we're not going to do that tonight. But I'm also in talks with a few guys about maybe setting up another show midweek all about youth and junior football. Yeah. So if it's something that you're interested in, then we'll set that up and we'll get that off the road this week. We'll get up and running. We'll see what day everyone's free, but Enrique, you're more welcome to come on. I want Harry on as well. Get Harry on. Harry will come on.
I was gonna say he's camera shy, but I'll drag him on. We have to have the head coach on.
Yeah, we'll get Harry on, and if anyone else is interested, just drop us a message, and we'll definitely get that up and running. We've had another one from Jordan Mannion come in.
Yeah.
Credit crew. Some teams would have pulled out of that Tamworth fixture. They decided to run all 4 quarters. Yeah, that's exactly what we're saying. Like,
respect.
Took some balls for that. Really took some balls for that. So I'm well impressed that they've done that. But we're going to put the ticker on now. So go through some of the games from this week. You've got East Kilbride Pirates 14, Edinburgh Wolves 0.
Yeah.
What do you think of that result?
That one got me by surprise. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. I remember you were mentioning that, EKP were looking good and stuff like that, but I didn't expect Edinburgh to get dark egg, first of all.
To be fair, I don't think the weather helped them either, if I'm honest, but it didn't help either team. But
yeah,
the weather, it was like monsoon season up in Scotland. Like, it was wet for Scotland.
yeah.
But East Kilbride are legit, man.
They
Like,
are
I don't,
looking, yeah.
I think teams are starting to realise now that it's very hard to get out of Division 1 once you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some teams in Division 1 that will compete with some Prem teams.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at Leicester.
Yeah.
You got Leicester. You've got Shropshire are Div 1, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there are teams in Div 1. It's just you have to realise that, for example, maybe two seasons ago, our division was insanely loaded where every team was beating every other team that had beat everyone else.
Yeah.
So, you know, stuff like that. And eventually one of those teams just has to go down. So you're going to get a team that's really good.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. And then you can just get stuck sometimes. It happens.
I mean, I was talking to Spoonie about this. He dropped me and Mike a message today. He was like, you just picked the game wrong. And I was like, whoa, hold on a fucking second, pal. I think you'll find I picked East Kilbride in that game. And I was trying to get that for what actual fixture, but it didn't make a difference. Because
what's Edinburgh looking like? Obviously, EKP looked good, but have Edinburgh lost players? I didn't actually see the game. I just saw the result. And I was surprised, though. But yeah.
From what I'm aware of is I think they have lost some players, but it's been a nightmare in Scotland. Like, don't get us wrong, I think the team that they've got this year might be completely different to the team they've got next year. For the whole competition wise. There's Fossey saying hi.
How you doing, Fossey? Don't worry, our time will come.
There we go, Jason Smith. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. I hope he's going to say yeah and not just be like, nah, fuck off, he's oncoming. Never mind.
Yeah, Scotland as well is their restrictions have been on for a lot longer as well, so they've not even been able to meet like Britain. No. Well, yeah, so like they've had a lot less time to do everything, so it could be they've probably not had football for maybe 2 years. Well, for us it was a year and a half.
Yeah.
And that's a big difference. So it could, someone eventually will come on, and someone from EKP might come on and they'll say something. But yeah, I saw it, and I just saw someone tagged it like EKP rule Scotland. I was like, oh.
Well, as of right now, they do.
Yeah,
they really do. Like, I think, like, you can't take the win away from them. They play in the same conditions.
Absolutely not. No.
And another thing with EKP, they sold that game out. Like that game was a sellout for them. So the crowd that they've had in like monsoon season, like, if anyone's not seen the pictures, go and have a look. Like the rain is sideways. Like it's just It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, they stopped at one. Yeah, they stopped at one point for thunder, and then they went back on. So there was a break in between, but it's a hell of a result.
Yeah.
Bradley Stevenson, come up. No makeup this week. No, not this week. we had a bit of a different bet, but we'll be back to makeup soon, I'm pretty sure, if Mike comes out of hiding. Next game up, we've had Darlington Steam 6, Gateshead 28.
That's all you, sunshine. So what do you think about that one?
That's the game that everything was riding on, wasn't it?
You just were so in between. I didn't understand. Like you were just so you couldn't decide.
It's not that I couldn't decide. Obviously, I wanted to go with Gateshead because I'm part of Gateshead. But I seen Darlow play the week before, and Darlow looked good.
Didn't they lose a couple of players though? You said the flat.
Yeah, they got one guy ejected. Gateshead lost a guy. I knew that Gateshead were low on numbers anyways because of like injuries and things. But honestly, right, no word of a lie, I don't know what happened with Darlow that game.
Yeah.
Because Darlow did not play their best in that game.
Well, you were at the game. I'm guessing you were at the game.
Yeah, I went down. So we had our under 16s and under 19s trainer first, and then I went down and watched it.
Okay.
I mean, Dad was in a car crash. Right?
I was about to say that is he from Darlington then?
No, he's a Gateshead player. He's a
Gateshead player. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy, in my opinion.
But I mean, it's, you know what it is. It was close. it's a lot closer than what that scoreline shows, if I'm completely honest.
Okay.
The quarterback for Gateshead got injured in the second quarter. I think there was only 1 point in it at the time, and then Gateshead have got a player that is next level called Cam. I think anyone that's seen him will admit that he's playing way below the level that he should be at. He's unbelievable. I'm sure he plays high in rugby or something as well. This guy works on tankers and stuff. He's a freak. He just does everything. Super calm. Yeah, the cheat codes. That's literally what he is.
Yeah.
So basically, when Gateshead lost the quarterback, he just went in as a running QB. I think he threw a touchdown pass as well, if I'm honest. But he just went in and just ran the ball all day.
Well, if they can't stop it, do it. You know what I mean?
They didn't. I don't know what happened. They didn't adjust to it. They came out with this really heavy set formation, with two tight ends as well. Darlow, this is, and that was moving. They moved the ball 4 yards a carry on that, and they didn't stick with it. I don't know why. It was a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. At halftime, I was shitting my pants. I was I'm gonna end up having a fuck transfer and all the.
Get ready for a game. Get ready for a crew game.
Yeah, I was fuck's sake. No, but I mean, I was having I'm good friends with a lot of the Darlow lads, as well as the head coach and stuff. We have a good relationship there. But they were coming up at half time and they were like, "Bet you shitting yourself a little bit." I was like, "A little bit. I'm shitting myself a lot, mate." Do you know what I mean? But it was one of those where I think the experience of Gateshead shone through a little bit more.
Okay, yeah.
But I will not take anything away from Darlow. You've seen Darren's come on and thought that they were going to get slated for it, and I'm not going to do that. Darlow got some good players, and I just think on the day it didn't click. And I think it might be different another day.
Yeah.
I really do. I rate Darlow. I think they're going in the right direction at least, anyway.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
And they've got their first youth tournament coming up on Saturday as well. So
nice. Is that your team as well? Your boys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
They're coming up to our place on Saturday.
Be gentle. Even you. I'm gonna be honest. Your youth team is freaks, mate. Honestly, absolute freaks.
Yeah, but isn't a youth show today? They'll get big-headed. Shut up. We'll talk about youth and junior, and if we get some volunteers come forward to do a youth and junior show, we'll
yeah.
But yeah, I rate Darlow. I like the setup that they've got there. Playing a nice rugby ground. Got some quality players there. It just didn't click on the day, unfortunately, and we've all had that happen.
Yeah, it's football. It happens. Fair play.
The culture is mad. I'm unsure what that, because obviously they've got a delay, so the culture is mad. I don't know where the culture is mad, but
it depends what part of the UK he's from. If he's from London, the culture is mad is a good thing.
He's from the northeast, mate. He's a Vikings player.
All right.
He's a Vikings player.
Yeah.
Not bad with only 5 linemen. Yeah, that's true.
Is that Darlington?
No, Gateshead.
Oh wow. Okay.
We had a lot of linemen missing on the day. This is why I was shit my pants, if I'm honest. But I played 5 linemen, played both ways, done really well.
Wow, the whole game.
Yeah.
That's fair play.
I know what Robbie's on about now. Jordan Mannion, 88 was a man, top player and great lad. That's true. That is calm. Robbie refereed our youth tournament the other day. That's what he was on about. People turn up with jump, parents go nuts, more crowd than senior games. Your Gateshead youth culture. We have drums and shit at games. It is funny.
Yeah, no, that's good. I love to see it. I do. Obviously, I know it's not a youth session, but it'll be my last comment. It's really nice to see it because I'm only 24, but genuinely, when I was 16 and was interested, they didn't have this kind of level of stuff. It's grown so quickly, and it's great to see. Literally, in the politest way, that there's a bigger culture for your youth team than your senior team.
Yeah, I mean It's one of them though. Once you've got parents and things involved, anyways, it just
Yeah,
builds, doesn't it? So then you've got parents and you've got grandparents, and then you've got
yeah,
friends and aunties and uncles coming down to games, and
yeah,
then all of a sudden you've got a band at the game, basically. Where it's like we get all the like little kids on the drums and things, and they're banging the
yeah.
drum, and that. It's good fun. Like
Mm,
it's one of them things. If you make it fun for the family as well, they don't mind coming out and watching, stand if it's pissing down the
absolutely.
rain, and
Yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah,
about anyway.
yeah.
But back to adult football.
Adult football.
Yeah,
Adult. Yes,
we'll save it.
yeah.
Next up, we had Leeds Bobcats 3, Humber Warhawks 8.
That's my division. That. Oh, yeah.
It's a
Interesting.
low scoring game, that, isn't it?
Very defensive game. I like the sound of it. I wish we could have watched that because that would have been a nice. I'm a defensive player, so I like defensive football. Appreciate it, Graham. I'll take the compliment. Yeah, look, we played the Bobcats a couple of weeks ago in like a controlled scrimmage. And to be honest, Gateshead deserved the win. Hats off to it. Yeah, fair play. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you wanted to go on that.
Yeah, you can read it out. You can carry on, do whatever you want, mate.
Yeah, and so we played Leeds, and they had low numbers, but you know what? They showed up. They came to Sheffield. They played. They fought hard, and when numbers aren't on your side, it's just hard. We play a very physical sport, and obviously Leeds are a small, lower division team, so we gave them credit. So then unfortunately, we weren't able to play Humber. But from what I know, I would have loved to have seen that game because from playing the Bobcats, it would have been nice to see how that would have gone. But Humber have won obviously apart from the game we didn't play, they've won every game, haven't they? Or 3 games on the trot, yeah.
Well, Humber, we're saying this at the start of the season. Humber's recruited really well, so I think Humber's another team that's it's doing well. They kind of have no one else around them to recruit. Like, do you know what I mean? That's take the players. So we're doing a cracking job. But I haven't had any film or nothing from that game. I can't imagine there'll be many highlights if it's a 8-3 thriller. I'm loving a field goal. Loving a field goal.
Have you heard the story of what happened with Humber? So I was on because I follow Humber just because they're on our division. Apparently their head coach. If I'm wrong, please anyone just jump on and let me know. But their head coach and OC had to quarantine, so they didn't have an offensive coordinator or a head coach. So apparently their DC had to take over.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm sure I saw that somewhere on Facebook on Humber's page, I believe. And because I think their DC coaches Uniball as well. So he just jumped in and he had to do it. And well, he's obviously, a 3.
Done a good job.
Yeah, clearly.
Done a cracking job.
Yeah, I found the post. It's a great post. Have you seen that photo of that girl from Monsters Inc. Bo?
Yeah.
When she's holding the PlayStation crying.
Yeah,
it's a photo of that, and then just the story of what's happened. Jimmy, I think is his name. Yeah, Jimmy Hay. No, yeah, Jimmy. So he stepped in and he's done that. So credit to them as well, because that's a hell of a thing to do.
That's class.
Yeah,
that's fair play to them. You can't. You know what it is like. You don't really have a backup plan if that happens to you. You know what I mean? Like, that just shit hits a fan, and you're like, oh bollocks, what do we do here?
I'm thinking now, if that happened to us, imagine if Toby and Mox couldn't show up.
Mate, can you imagine just the DC now going into the next game? Like, the offense having scored and the DC just being like, well, I'll do it for you if you want, boys. Like, we've got to score when ours, yeah.
Yeah, our DC is our safety as well, so that will make it so much better.
Oh, that'll be funnier. That'll be even
great
funnier.
To see. But no, shout out to that. But it looks like it would have been a really physical game. So if there's any tape for that, I'm sure. Well, the Giants would love to watch it. So yeah,
get it out. Send the Giants. Send it us at Britballin, man. Next up, we have I donned this game the best uniforms in Britball. Scunthorpe versus South Links Lightning.
I haven't seen South Links' uniform.
Oh mate, it's unreal. Like they've got like the whole
Scunthorpe.
Mate, get on their Facebook now, have a look. Honestly, they've got like the yellow jersey with like silver or grey on it. Like it's nice. I don't rate the sock game. The sock game is shit. Like they've all got different colour yellow socks and stuff. But like just go like a plain white sock or or something, or black sock to go with a helmet, and it'll look good. But
I can see why you said Scunthorpe, because Scunthorpe have that. They've just got that clean white and silver with the bit of navy. So yeah. Let's have a look at South Links.
It's smart, mate. It is a smart uniform.
It's different. I'll give you. I can see that. Best. I'll give you that.
I rate it. I really, really rate it. Like, I seen it on their Facebook and I was like, shit, that's a nice uniform. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
But what I will say about this game is, what the fuck, Alphas? What the fuck? I had to wear makeup last time for the you bastards. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what the hell is going on there?
Mate, I'm telling you, you being on the challenge was definitely motivation for them against the Bombers.
Of course it was. Of course it was. Like, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Where do you find a sports direct with 50 pairs of yellow socks? Done. Find a sports direct that have 50 white pairs. Done. Just wear white. Like, just don't go for yellow. Like, it's minging. Like, just go for the white sock or black sock and it'll look clean. But nah, I can't believe Scunthorpe. What the fuck he's doing? Like, I'm looking forward to the South Links game versus the Bombers. Like, that's going to be a good game.
That gives you that's going to be a good game, and it gives you a reference as well, because obviously the three-way playing. Yeah. So yeah.
But I think that's going to be a nice one. But I don't know who can disagree that they've got a fire uniform, because it's fucking unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal, but well done. That's the first win as far as I'm aware of. So that was really unexpected. I did not, and I repeat, did not expect that at all. I thought Scunthorpe were going to come out and run all over them.
Wow.
Especially after the shit I got for picking the Bombers the week before and having to wear Mago. Like, they come out and just fucking stitch me right up there, because that game will happen again down the line and Mike will be like, oh, we should pick this game. And I'll go, all right, I'll go South Links Lightning, and they'll come over and Scunthorpe will be like, well, hey, guess what? We only played with fucking third strings. And I'll get fatter.
I'll send Warwick a message. He'll give you an update on what happened.
Oh, he'll give a shit. I know he will. Yeah. I know he will. I was getting tagged in all sorts when they won that game, by the way. It was fucking raging. I was getting tagged that much. I've had to turn notifications on to accept getting tagged. Like, so if someone tags me something, I've got to now accept it on Facebook, because I was getting that. But I was getting so much shit. Twitter as well. Like, the Harvard Cheetah coach hates me on Twitter. Yeah. I don't know what I've done. Oh yeah, because I keep betting against his team. But this week I just said I voted for the weather because it got cancelled.
Oh god, I tried to avoid going Britball crazy on Twitter. I just stick to it on Facebook. It's easier.
You know what it is? We've got a real issue with the show, right? Me and Mike both hate Twitter.
Okay.
Like, we do not use. Like, I tweet nothing. Like, I think
I love it.
The last thing we actually properly tweeted was the John Beam show, which was 6-7 months ago or something. Like, we don't tweet, we just reply to people giving us shit now. That's all we do.
No, Twitter's good. It's great. Like, I follow a lot of the head coaches around. Like, obviously Toby, Jason Scott. Like, don't get me wrong, I'll give Tamworth a bit of a kicking as much as I can, but I've got so much respect for Jason Scott as a coach and what he's done.
Yeah.
Love watching his tweets. A lot of the head coaches from around, because Toby communicates with a lot of them, whenever I'll see it, I'll just follow them. And it's good to see a lot of them, because they give just their own personal opinions and stuff without being so PG. So it's quite useful. But I try to avoid it, doing my own.
I have no idea why Fossey is like,
tagging
he's tagging it. I'm on about, like, in an actual post or something. You can tag us in a comment. I don't have to. That doesn't matter. A comment is fine. That just comes up. But I mean, like, in a legit post on Facebook, like, I can remove the tag. That's how bad I got. But no, I thought it's a good game for Lightning. I don't know what the fuck Scunthorpe's playing now.
Probably another defensive game as well. I'd love to see that as well.
I wonder what the weather was like there. It must have been pissing down. I think that's the theme of today.
Oh, Yorkshire was terrible. So if it depends on how far out the weather went. Yeah.
Next up, we've got Crewe versus Tamworth.
78-0.
Yeah, it's an expected scoreline. Like fair play for Crew to finishing off that game.
Yeah.
Like I think that's a win for Crew. If I'm honest, the way I would look at it, I would say that's a win for Crew.
Yeah, credit. Well,
Mhm.
I have to maybe put my foot in my mouth because obviously I've been shouting against. But credit to Tamworth, they're showing us who they are again. So I'll give them that. But no, absolutely, like Crew going the full game because
Yeah,
there's not been a lot of games where they've gone the full way. There's been a lot of halftime injury stops, which I'm not slating teams for, but seeing a team getting absolutely in a politest way battered but
yeah.
going through with it, it really actually warms me. I love it. I absolutely love it. Just keep going. Just keep going.
No, but I mean, like, I don't mean it in a win as a sense of that didn't. It's not an achievement. Like Tamworth should have stopped them from winning, like finishing the game. I mean, like
No, of course not.
I think that's a hell of a. They've done a lot more than what other teams have done by finishing that game, and
Yeah,
I'd give massive respect to that. Like that is fucking well done, as far as I'm
absolutely.
concerned.
Yeah.
Next one up. This is it. This was my game of the week. This one.
Okay.
This is Shropshire Revolution versus Sandwell Steelers.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandwell's in
Shrop-
our division next week. I remember you were saying next year. You were shouting that Shropshire were going to do it. I remember you were shouting and shouting. So absolute credit to you.
Mate, people really underestimate Shropshire.
Mm.
Like they're really underestimating. Like they've got a really good solid line and a really good quarterback.
Do you know what I think the problem is with Shropshire? I think they're not, and this is going to sound weird, I don't think they're loud enough. That's why people are thinking about it, because I'll be honest, until I started listening to you guys on this, I barely knew anything about that team. I didn't even know it existed, and now they're beating Premiership teams. Like, as in, I feel like they're so quiet and pulled out as much as they could. Hey, Callum, we love to hear that. Of course, you had enjoying the game. It's the main point we play, so it's good to hear that. Good to hear
Callum,
that.
I hope your team's gonna allow Mike to come and play for you for a game. I hope that's gonna happen because he lost his bet and you said would be allowed. Like you're responsible. Like you said we could, so we're doing it.
There's another comment from Mark. Get up, that one. Yeah,
Playing Tamworth on Sundays are my top 3 games I've ever played now. What an experience. The quality of the DNs I faced was fantastic. Like that, you know what I mean? That's unreal. That's
Yeah.
like unreal. Like, you've
Mm-hmm.
got to love that. Do you know what I mean? Like the guy just wants to go and play like as high as possible. I love it. I might be wrong, but half crew players are rookies, including their QB. Like they have potential. I'm hoping they win Div 2 next year. But mate, like so do I. Like I mean, we're there. No. Gates it. No. No, I mean I hope they come second in Div 2 next year. Like
Completely forgot about your own team there, didn't you?
yeah. Well, it's one of them. Like, God, fair play to them. Like, here's another one. Really hope Revs 25 recovers well from a very nasty leg break.
Ooh,
Like, that's it.
okay.
We'd send our best out to 25 as well. Obviously, I hadn't seen that, so
Yeah. No.
fair play to him. I hope he's all right. Won't be letting him leave. Right, Callum, what you do, right, when he transfers, right? This is just right. There's only like 60 people watching. It's fine, right? Don't tell anyone. So, what you do, right, is you get him to sign a form that says he owes $5,000 in subs, right? And then so he's got to play. He's got to sign the form, just like what everyone does for Buffer. And then when he tries to leave, he's got to pay $5,000 to leave. Otherwise, you're not going to accept the transfer, right? And Mike's fucking minted, right? He's got loads of money, Mike. You'll pay the $5,000. Get your lads and walk it, right? Just do it, right? That's what we're gonna do.
Get kit for the whole team. I actually love that idea. Absolutely.
Yeah. There you
Absolutely,
go.
mate.
Do it. Charge him $5,000. In fact, charge him 10. He's got the money for 10 as well. Fuck him.
It's good money for 10. But no, back to on that Shropshire game. I just feel like they're just not loud. I'm now looking at them and I'm like, they're in danger because they'll be coming up. I'm not sure what division they'll be because these divisions this year have confused me for the ones that we normally do. So I'm not sure if they get promoted to the Prem, if they'll be in my division, but they are looking like a dangerous team. And they're only going to be getting better as they go along. So, yeah. Sandwell, I don't know what to say about Sandwell. I don't know what's happening with Sandwell. They're
UWS.
yes.
Is that?
No, I don't know.
University of West Scotland, is that Pyros? I think. Fuck
University
knows.
yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know what's happening with Sandwell. I don't know if they're just not clicking yet. Are the players not back yet? So
They've just got, to be fair, they've lost a lot of players. We haven't covered the Rushmore game yet. Don't worry, we're getting to that, Tef. I think they've lost a lot of players, but they've also just brought in a new OC and things as well, and like a new coach and stuff. Which is, I think, it's a completely different offense to what they used to. I think the coaching offense now is more of a like an air raid sort of system that they used to. I think so. Hopefully, they'll improve. Like, it's one of those, like, COVID's hit teams hard. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
some teams have been hit real hard because of it. So we'll see. Oh yes, that is a thing as well. He's got to play safety as well. Mike has to play safety.
Yes, please let me see that.
UWS is United We Stand, Birmingham Bulls. Just fucking say go Bulls or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, fuck off.
I mean, it's like if I typed ISWF and nobody's gonna know what I mean. You know what I mean? Tell us. In Sheffield we fight. That's what we say. Like, come on, give us. Let us know.
We say, let's play. Go team, like, you know what I mean? Fucking hell.
So Geordie, I love it.
Fuck me. Like, we normally turn up and go, is the ball open after the game? Like, you know what I mean? That's like the question. No, well, we better be having a fucking running clock, yeah, boys, because we're leaving. Like, you know what I mean? That's where we get to.
Yeah.
Next game up. So we've just went through the Shropshire one. It was a cracking result. Ipswich Cardinals versus Norwich Devils. 21-20 to the Cardinals. What a game.
Yes. Wow.
What a game.
I'm thinking, what I want to know how the score. So did it end with, for example, them trying to go for 2 and not getting it? Or did it end with, like, the other team just, I don't know. I want to know how it ended.
Right, so I can tell you now, we're lucky we've got the scores because Mike's not here. So I have no fucking... No, to be fair, like,
fair play.
Honestly, like, once that Gates result came in, I tapped out from the rest of the day, mate. Like, I didn't even check shit. Like, I was just bouncing. Like, and I'm sure Crew were as well. Like, anyone at Crew were just like, thank fuck we haven't got Adam playing for. We've got actually Mike who's decent. Like, everyone that came out, it was after the game, were like, well, you've done Crew a favour there, haven't you? You know what I mean? So it's one of those.
Sounds like an absolutely great game. That's
like a derby game as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, real derby, Ipswich, Norwich. You gotta love it.
Yeah.
And I actually picked. So we have a predictor league with a few of the other shows. We'll say. We have a predictor league with them, and I picked this game. Everyone else picked the Devils to win on this one.
Oh, wow.
And the only reason I picked this one is because Newcastle were playing Norwich in a friendly the day before. So Newcastle beat them. So I was like, right, that's it. It's a sign. It's a sign.
Premier League, Britball.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Not Premier League, but
exactly the fucking. Nah, to be fair, I rate Ipswich. I rate the Devils. Like I've said for weeks that I'm a fan of the Devils, but I just think Ipswich normally come out fighting in this game. Like, I think it means more to them in this game. Like the rivalry.
Yeah.
So that's why I went with Ipswich. Next one up, we've got the Birmingham Bulls versus South Wales Warriors. Birmingham Bulls 18-14 to the South Wales Warriors. What do you make of
that? South Wales, I can't get a pin on them. I can't get a pin on what's happening with them. I don't know. I could not tell you what they're going to be. I couldn't know if they would batter. I genuinely can't get rid of them. Birmingham seem to be trying to just get everything back together and get back to what they were, which, you know, we know about. I can't get a read. Yeah, you know, I just can't get a read on South Wales whatsoever. They're all over the place to me.
Birmingham had some really high scoring games and things at the back end of the last season we got to play, and then at the start of this one. But I think they've started coming up against some defenses where they're struggling to score at the minute. I don't know what the weather was like there again, but
yeah. Was it in Birmingham or was it in Wales?
I think this one was in Wales, if I'm honest. Okay. No, it mustn't have been. It must have been in Birmingham. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I'm trying to get a read on South Wales. I remember there was maybe 3 weeks ago, you guys were talking about another score of theirs, and it's like they're just bouncing everywhere. I don't know
yeah.
if it's I don't know if it's a Leicester situation where like certain players are coming and going.
Well, can you remember? They used to be a Prem team, man. Do you know what I mean? Like South Wales Warriors were like a big team, like really physical, and then they've just dropped massively recently. And like, I don't know what's going on. They haven't really got much competition in the area that they're in.
Yeah, I was
So
about to, yeah.
no idea what's going on with them guys, but I'm not really asked. I'm not. I'm not. You know what it is, right? After that footage came out of what they were doing to
To the
the blitz,
Blitz.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that blitz QB is actually a good friend of mine.
Oh
Um,
wow. Okay.
so I couldn't give a fuck if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Like,
No, fair play.
start a
If
team up in North Wales, everyone go play for them instead. Fuck South Wales.
if there's a reason to fuck a team off, did they even? I never
Oh
saw. Did they even come out with it? Nothing.
no apology. Nothing was given.
The
Nothing.
guy, is he still
No,
playing?
I have no idea. I don't care. Like, let's talk about them a bit. I'm so glad. Well
Yep.
done, Birmingham. Fucking well done, boys.
Yeah,
Well done.
yeah, absolutely.
Next up, probably the game that no one really wants to watch. You've got Jurassic Coast Raptors 12, Torbay Trojans 3.
I don't know any of these teams. These two, I just don't know them, mate. I don't know enough to say anything.
Jurassic Coast Raptors used to be like the Whippen boys, to be honest. They used to
Jurassic
be.
Coast, where is that?
Oh, fuck, I don't know where the Jurassic Coast is. Southwest.
There's a place called the Jurassic Coast. Okay.
Yeah. Torbay Trojans are based in Painting near Torquay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I actually used to play for them back in the day.
Wow.
When I used to live down there. So yeah. I don't know what the hell's happened to Torbay. They've lost half the players to Sharks, like not Sharks, fucking Monarchs.
Yeah.
Like the players flip flop between the two teams there. And realistically, what they need to do is make a team in Plymouth and just play there. It makes more sense.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's that whole discussion again, isn't it?
Dorset, that's it. They're Dorset. We're getting comments coming in.
Raptors are in Dorset. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But I mean, for a score to be 12-3 down there, like, again, like, normally it's warm down there, man. But, like, I'd love to know if they've got, like, weather issues or something. Like, Torbay is like they don't really pass the ball. It's like a run-heavy team.
It's a run. Okay.
Yeah, like, I think the Southwest kind of is. Like, it's like we're going to run it down your throat sort of thing until you can do something about it, and then we might pass.
Then we might.
Yeah. But I don't know what's happened with Torbay. Like, they've just had a new head coach come in. So wait there, what Danny James Simpson, do you not do any research of the team / games beforehand? Like, well, yeah, we do, just not teams like fucking Jurassic Coast.
I have nothing to say on this because if I need to, when it's a fair to me. It's a fair comment. I was the one that said I didn't know.
No, it's a completely fair comment. Like Enrique's just jumped on the show tonight to help us out because Mike fucking flapped it. So don't have a go at him. But to be fair, I do normally do my research on a lot of it. But I am gonna say that after this week, Andy Wayne, why not? Why not? Like what? Like, all right, Andy, chill out, son. Like we do our research. They're getting so bitchy in the comments. Just to be honest, that game, the score that it's looking like, is not a game that I'm interested in. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm really not. Like, I've tried speaking to a few of the ex-lads that I used to play with down there, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't think many of them are still around in the game anymore. So I have no idea what the hell has happened in Torbay and why half the team have gone and played for Monarchs. But there's issues down there. And after the tactical pullouts that teams have had down in that area recently, not really asked. But we'll get on to a better game now.
Don't wind them up more.
Nah, the game that I'm wanting to talk about, Bournemouth Bobcats versus Rushmore Knights.
Rushmore Knights. Yeah.
And that
Go on.
27-6 to Bournemouth. That's a result. That's a result, mate, by the way. Like that, one of my coaches from uni, he's down in Bournemouth coaching down there at the minute.
Okay.
And he
Sorry, have you seen that?
sure, like the team that never punts, even on 4th and 29. You know what it is? I'm not even gonna say anything to that because I wouldn't punt then. Like I do not punt, so I don't care. Like I rate it.
On the 1 yard line.
We would not punt on that. No chance. I don't even practice punt, mate. Nah, don't like it.
Chaotic energy. I love to see it.
I rate it, man. I absolutely rate it. Okay, he was gonna pick a pass. So did this fucking happen? Perry's like, I was gonna pick it. I was gonna run it back, but then I knew I had to start at the 1, so I just thought, fuck it.
Pat it down. The temptation. Right?
Oh, please get me footage of it. Please. Perry's just laughing at it.
Player, do you know how hard that is to do? Just be like, no, like just
You know what it is? We had it in the youth tournament the other day where it was like he battered it down because we've taught him like, just in a normal game, 4th down, he battered down. But in the youth tournament, it's completely fucking different because you start back at the 5-yard line. So he batted it down. He was like, Coach, I battered it down. I was like, you catching at youth, mate. Catching at youth. What are you doing? It's like we start where the ball is. It's one of them. But nah, I mean mate, like that's gonna move our rankings today. That game is gonna move our rankings today.
Okay.
I don't know what's happened to Rushmore because they came out and they were doing well the other week, but that is moving our rankings.
Just a question: does their rebranding have anything to do with it? As in, did they only rebrand, or did they just like move? What did they just?
Yeah, I think they've changed like their training location or something.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, like that was the conversation that came out, like that they were just changing like the training location.
Yeah,
but that's a beating. That, as far as I'm concerned, that's a scalp for the Bobcats, and well played to them.
Yeah.
East Kent Mavericks 0, East Essex Sabres 24. That's a result. Shut out there by the Sabres.
I wasn't expecting Kent to get shut out like that. East Kent. I was expecting a closer game. I only know this game relatively well is because my first ever introduction to American football was the Essex Spartans. So I know that region relatively well. I wasn't expecting them to get completely shut out like that. So that's not concerning, but maybe not.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's one of them, mate. Like East Essex Sabres are a fairly decent team, so I'm impressed with that. Next up, you've got Southeast Squadron 21, Sussex Thunderbolts 0. That's their first game. Is that their first win, Southeast Squadron? No, maybe. It's one of them teams where Sussex Thunderbolts have kept a team under 50. Yeah. And that's a big team, and fair play to them. Their first season, keeping a team like that, like fair play. So I think that's a good result. Thought Kent would win. Someone's just said there.
Yeah. I did not expect Kent to be that. I don't want to say bad, but I don't know what's happened in the game, obviously. So, but yeah.
I mean, then we'll get onto the big boys. You've got London Warriors 55, Kent Exiles 10. What do you think of that?
The Exiles are, in my mind, very confusing. I ranked them, as you'll remember, very highly. I remember me and you were having a conversation way before this, and I was saying, you were telling me they're building something over there that people just weren't expecting. I feel like they're starting to get players that are almost filtering, I don't want to say out of London, but the people that are nearby that don't want to be traveling in no more.
Yeah.
So they're building something out there. So I really did see them as, obviously, the Warriors shouldn't even be playing with us. We know this.
You're right. Now, you say that, right? But something happened this weekend, right? Which I'm not really used to.
Yeah.
The Warriors were shit hot on social media. Like
They were like
they were
talking, making noise.
no, they were posting videos as they were happening during the game on their Instagram. Now that doesn't really happen that often.
Aren't they a media silent kind of team? Like
Yeah.
they just post the score and then leave.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that game looked a lot closer than that scoreline gives.
Okay.
And from the clips that I've seen, Kent had a guy playing both ways, like receiver, cornerback, and stuff. Like, and I think he was just trying to get the matchup right.
Yeah.
I think that game was closer than that scoreline gives.
Okay. Well, Kent went up 10-0, so they stopped
Yeah,
the Warriors, or they
that's
did
what I
a
mean.
turnover or something. Yeah.
That's what I mean. So they went 10-0 up, and then that happened. So
Yeah.
whether it was just down to injuries or if Warriors maybe started their 2s and 3s and then changed, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I'd seen, Exiles looked good.
Really good. Yeah, I
And
think they're a big problem coming up now for the next few years.
I've never said this before, right?
Go on.
And I'm going to say it just from the clips I saw.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not the full picture of the game. But from what I saw, the Exiles were dominating the line of scrimmage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
From what I saw. From the clips I saw at the time.
As in stopping the run game or just overall just the
line they look to have on the clips I saw the better line.
Oh wow. That's a big statement.
Yeah. And I know people are going to give us so much shit for that. But from the clips I saw, that's what I'm going to stick with that. Like, I don't know. I can't understand how it happened. The change in scoreline happened.
Yeah.
But from what I saw,
I get what you're saying. Like let's say they put up 10 videos, it looked like the pass rush was getting through or the O-line was blocking. Right? I get what you're saying. It's just even I will never ever put a negative on the Warriors. I'll compliment the Exiles.
No, but something else that I do have to say alongside that. The Warriors starting QB didn't even look like he was in kit on the videos.
What?
Because they put a video up. They put a video up saying QB1, and there he was walking around in a tracksuit, not in kit. And I was like, "What's going on here? Like, are they not even playing him?"
Yeah.
But the QB that they had looked decent as well, and I was like, "Wait, there, I don't understand this." I'm so confused by the videos. Did the Warriors just not play their ones?
Okay, I've got some friends in the Warriors. I can send a message or two. I'll ask around. There's some former Sabres and stuff. So
yeah, you sound more southern than me, mate. They don't fucking answer me when I ask. They're just like, "Fuck you." Like, we're going dark, and like no media comes back, and they're like, "Fuck this shit." Like, nah.
I've got there's a former Sabres DC that I played with, and then he coached me. He plays for the Warriors. I can ask, and there's a few other guys that are around.
Mate, like it was just from what I saw that clip, and I couldn't get my head around it because I was like, I'm sure Gav Collins was coaching there, and he's a hell of a coach. And if he's working with a line, like I don't see how that would be possible. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but from the clips I saw, the line was doing fucking unreal.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether it could have been the 2s that they were playing against or whatever. I don't know that, but I rate Kent. I really rate Kent.
I do highly, maybe a lot of people are telling me, because obviously people are telling me, they tell me I rate them too highly, but for some I just have this gut instinct. Whenever I've watched anything from them, they look like they're just waiting to explode. Like they're just waiting to just come on the scene, and no one will expect it, and then they won't clean house, but they'll beat teams that people just won't be expecting and make it further. And I'm just waiting for them to do it.
And our last game that took part in adult this week is Nottingham Caesars 6, Manchester Titans 34.
Shout to Nottingham for taking that game.
Mate, that's a statement on Nottingham's behalf as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna try and say as little as I can in this one because this is normally where I spiral.
Yeah, no, I get why you're not gonna want to speak on this one, but I'm gonna say it for you, and I know we've got like Sam and things in the chat here, so he's probably gonna give a shit at some point, but I expected the Titans to do better in that game. I really expected the Titans to do better in that game, and I know it was wet. I know it was pissing down. I've seen a few clips from it.
It looked horrible weather-wise. Yeah.
But I have to. You're gonna see this in the rankings. Like that's gonna drop Titans for me, and it's gonna move Nottingham up.
I was gonna say, do you think it should more move the Caesars up or drop them down? But you're going for both.
I think it's gonna have to do both. I think the Caesars have played well enough in that game to not only score, but how we're being disrespectful. I just said we're moving them up.
I think what Coach Scott is saying is the way you've made it sound is that you were expecting them to get walked over. It's not. I don't think
that's far from what I'm saying. I'm saying that I expected the Titans to be. If I'm expecting the Titans to be a number 2 outfit of where we've got them at the moment, I expect a bigger scoreline difference than that. And I think the Caesars have done a hell of a job. And I think we've got the Titans too high and the Caesars far too low. If I'm completely honest. But we're going to see it anyways when we come down to the rankings anyways.
It also depends on, I'd want to see that game as well because the weather's obviously a big part, a massive part, especially because obviously Sam's in the chat, throwing the ball in that kind of weather, catching the ball in that kind of weather is a horrible thing to be doing.
Oh, don't get it wrong. It can just it could have been a nightmare for the actual way that teams play.
Mm-hmm.
But I went and I watched the scrimmage with the Vikings.
Yeah.
That they had, and I was gonna move Titans down then. And then
were they playing bad or were they pulling out? As in,
no. It's not, I wanted to move the Titans down in that game because I don't think it was a worthy performance of a number 2 ranked team in the country. I think the Vikings played okay. I think the game changed or the scrimmage changed when the Vikings QB got hurt and the best receiver got concussion. Like I think for me, that's when the game changed and Titans started to pull away a bit more. You could see Titans weren't at full strength in that, so I couldn't warrant myself moving them down.
Yeah, of course.
But and I'm going to say this now before we even got the rankings on the screen. The results that Tamworth's had, I have to move them up.
I cannot argue. I'm more than happy to admit when I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Tamworth are looking like they're back to their normal selves. I'll gladly say it. It might have been a little bit of hope because Tamworth are in our division, but I'll admit gladly they are looking. Well, I'm the idiot for doubting Coach Scott more than anything, aren't I? But yeah, they've gotten back to where they are. It's Tamworth. It's all I've known is Tamworth is dominated since I've played up here. So yeah, I couldn't argue with that, to be honest. I'm not too. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm not too sure about moving the Titans down quite yet, but I can understand your reasoning.
I mean, we'll talk through when we come on. I honestly, I know they're not going to like it, and I know there's people going to be disagreeing with it, but it's one of them. Like the game that I'm looking forward to now is Tamworth versus Shropshire, because then I think we'll get a better picture of the whole thing a bit more. We're going to move on to the women's game now. There's a few games it's only a few scorelines that I managed to find. So we found Birmingham Lions, Cheshire Bears, 48-0 the Lions. The Lions are a different outfit. Like the Lions women are the fucking next level. Like they're class, and I think everyone knows that. You've got Manchester Titans 16, Leeds Chargers 24.
That was a good game.
Yeah, that's a hell of a game. I seen some pictures from that game, and I'm sure there was players playing for Sorry, it might have been one way or the other, but I'm sure there was players playing with the other team's helmet on in that game.
Wait,
Like,
as in like a uniball helmet, for
no,
example.
so like, yeah. So it was if like it might have just been like a recent transfer gone through. So I
Okay,
don't know, like, but
got ya. Yeah.
it's 16-24. That's a hell of a game. Like, I think that's unreal.
Mm.
Leeds are up and down. Like, I don't know whether Leeds are really good or if they're not each year. Like, and I'm no expert on the women's game. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that I am.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do try to keep up with it when I can. But this is me kind of just flapping it and trying to say what I think and what I've known from following along briefly. But Leeds Chargers are a good team. I want to see the likes of Teesside Cougars and things play. I want to see Wembley play. I think that's when we'll start seeing a few more. But I think the Lions will be comfy with this. I don't think the Lions will get beat, if I'm honest, of anyone.
This is the worst thing. I genuinely thought if there was going to be a team to beat the Lions, it would be the Chargers. Leeds, I'd seen when I spent my year in Leeds, I'd seen them train a couple times. They looked solid. And annoyingly, I haven't obviously seen any of the other women's teams train. I'd heard through you hear things from other coaches and through the grapevines, and you talk to people. I genuinely I thought Leeds could be a challenge, but seeing the score that the Lions put up on Cheshire makes me rethink it. I need more games. I need to see more games. I need to see
this is something that I think the whole Britball community have not. I think we need to pull the finger out more and give them a bit more coverage.
Oh,
if I'm
100%.
completely honest, and like,
yeah,
you know what it is. I'm not going to lie. I would not have even spoke about this today, and this is me holding my hands up here now. By the way, if I hadn't seen on a post on Facebook that they don't get enough coverage, and I was just like, you know what, we've got to talk about it. And
yeah.
I said in the post, like, listen, I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't know enough about it, but if there's anyone out there that does and they want a platform to come and talk about it or fucking educated on us, like, we've got a platform here you can use. You can come and have a women's show if he's one, or you can come on, help us bring it into this show. Like, we're all for every format of the game, and we're more than happy to help accommodate if needed.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Absolutely, they do need more. I think because I'm in a lot of like the Baffa photography pages, and I follow a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of coaches, sharing photos of the tournament and stuff like that. So it was nice to see that. But no, 100%, they need so much more.
It's one of them where it's going to take a community effort to grow Britball as a whole, isn't it? So I think,
yeah,
mate, we're like, didn't we get like bronze medal at the European Championship or silver or something like that?
The girls did well. Yeah,
It's like, fuck me, like, we need to cover this more. Like, the ballers. Head Tash come for a women's show. Yeah, tell Tash to reply. We'll sort it out. Nah, Tash is very busy at the minute, but we'll get Tash back on here and we'll get her to do it definitely if she's keen. Next up, we've got Birmingham Lions 46, Leeds Chargers 0. We've already heard that Leeds had lower numbers than the other teams, but that, you know what it is, I expect that from a team that's based at a university, because they would have pulled a lot of players in from a university anyways, and they haven't had recruitment for nearly 2 years when you think about it. So it's all local players that they're going to be getting. So it's one of those where lower numbers are going to happen, but I expect Leeds to bounce back and they'll be fine. And then you've got Cheshire Bears 15, Manchester Titans 20. That's another result that we've got in there. So these are the last few results that I've got, obviously, but I think that's a close game.
Yeah,
15-20. I'd say it's a close game. Like, again, like I've said to everyone, like, send us film, send us footage, tag us in your stuff. We'll get it out there. Like, we want to include every aspect of the sport in the country and promote it where we can. But unfortunately, that's the last of the results that we've got there. I'm going to pull that off the screen. So just before we move into our rankings and the bulk of the show, Nah, I'm joking. We're nearly done. I will say if you're just gonna check out our new sponsors for all the NFL prize competitions. It's over at Memshin. I can't say that. I've just had a tooth removed. That's a
Memshin.
nightmare.
You can't say
Memshin, whatever. Head over there. They're great. Mate, I can't speak. I've had a tooth removed. And also, if you need any more of your Britball swag, head over to epsports.co.uk and use code Britballin5 and you get a bit of a discount and it helps us.
Tell them about the hat. Tell them about the hat.
Yeah, also, right. So we've got a Make Britball Great Again rip-off Trump hat on our store on EP Sports. And I've just seen Craig's post.
I was about to say.
No.
He's just looking to start a problem.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Craig, I love it.
So, the Make Britball Great Again hat in the style of Führer Trump.
Führer.
They have no red hats at EP Sports, so they haven't to order them in. So if you want them, get your order in quick so they can get more stock in because we are sold out.
That is great. I do want one now. Actually, I'll be honest. I didn't think anyone would actually order it right when you were calling out for it. So I was like, I'll order one, and during like our next big tournament or a game with a team, I'll send you a nice photo. You know, a nice little video of like a celebration with the hat on, and then they sold out.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it if I'm honest. Like, I don't even know how many sold. I don't even know how many red hats they had. Like, but I'm impressed. Like, one of the lads messages and he was like, "It's going to take a month for us to get hats." I was like, "Oh shit, sorry, mate."
Nice. That's good,
but it happens, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen.
There we go.
This could create a nightmare situation going on. So I can't see comments when I'm going to be sharing the screen here.
I got you.
So
I got you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to full screen it for everyone else to see, so then you can't see my ugly mush while I'm commenting anyways. So here's what we're going to do. Number one, we've got
the Warriors.
The Warriors.
Yeah.
That stays at number one. Yeah. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah. There's not a single person in the world that is going to disagree with you on that.
Nah, there's not. Number two, though, Titans. What do you think?
The only drop I'll accept you is potentially fourth. Other than that, you're going too far. So I'm not saying I would put them fourth. I'm saying if you were going to drop them far enough, fourth is as low as you can put them.
That's where I was going to say fourth.
Okay, yeah.
So I think you go Warriors, but then Blitz and Exiles were a close game.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Really close game. Two close games.
You know what? If I see one more, 60, 50, 70 from Tamworth, I'll gladly put them second. Fair enough. You're already up there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we've got to do, haven't we? Really.
I can't argue with it. I wouldn't personally do it yet, but I don't have good enough reasons to argue.
I think just for now, we've kind of got to.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what does have to move.
Sandwell needs to drop. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sandwell needs to drop, mate.
Sandwell's coming down.
I would even put Leicester. I'm not saying you've got to move. I would even put Leicester above Sandwell right now, mate.
Yeah.
Leicester beat Sandwell, so EKP up, Shropshire up.
Are we gonna say?
You know what? Yeah, I'll actually put the Rams above Sandwell personally. Merseyside.
That's what I'm kind of going with something like that. I think Rushmore need to come down.
Caesars need to come up, way up.
Rushmore need to come down. Chester maybe. Bournemouth need to come up. Caesars need to come up. I think Caesars goes above them. I think this is somewhere that we've got to look at now.
What about the Wolves? Wait, what about the Wolves? You're gonna leave the Wolves after they lost to EKP? I know it's only one game. But you know,
they were shut out, weren't they?
yeah, they got a duck egg against EKP. That's a big hit.
I think we do that.
Yeah,
I think that's what we go with. I think we've got to leave Sandwell at 17. I think Bournemouth and Chester.
The one thing I will say, Sandwell are a Premiership team.
I know they are, but they're not at a Premier standard, are they? Let's be honest.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, the comments are starting to go, lads.
Yeah, it's starting. I know. I can see. Fossey's put eyes. Grant's put 42-10 for Merseyside. Nottingham 34-6. Tom's put a thinking face by the look of it. Tell me where you think you give me your top 10 now. If anyone's got any issues.
Oh,
no, I'm telling them in the chat.
Yeah.
If you got an issue, give us your top 10. Like, what would you change from there? I think the top 10 is solid, if I'm honest.
I can't argue. Yeah. To be honest, the Giants haven't played. We ain't played in like 4 or 5 weeks, mate. I don't even know what to tell you. I can bring up the fear factor.
What happens if Crew beats Sandwell? Right, if Crew beats Sandwell,
Sandwell are out of the top 20, mate.
Sandwell can come down here.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, weird
Hornets
question.
have to drop before losses. Hornets are dropping. They were already out of there. It's just this is an old one, so I'm trying to.
You've got the Wolverines out.
Wolverines are out. They're nowhere near there. Nowhere near there.
Okay.
That's kind of there. Jason,
do you see? So I'm your top 10. I can't argue with. Go below your top 10. The problem I've got is after between 10 and 16. That's a
I could even have it that way.
Shropshire's my thing. I don't know if I want them higher.
I kind of do. I really want Shropshire higher, but
you know what? Put them above the Wolves. Leave there.
Would you do that?
I would personally. I think it's a big thing. I really do.
I think Div 1 next year is out of these, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's out of them who's going to win Div 1. It's one of those where Michael, I think Leicester will beat Manchester this week. Oh, that's Mike foot there. Oh shit! I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah, Bryce, I'm sorry, man. I just realised that I had the EKP above you guys. And EKP, I'm sorry, you've got the wrong fucking logo. Like, I don't care. Like, everyone knows what to use. Like,
credit.
Have I got Nottingham too low there? Should Nottingham be above the Rams?
So I think the Rams are a much better team than people realize. One, I've played them. Don't get me wrong.
I've done it.
Okay.
I think that's got to be it.
You know what?
I think that's got to be it.
I haven't seen enough from
what would be the Titans score if they played the Wolves?
I honestly,
like, and I know you don't need to answer that. I'm just thinking in my head now. Would the Titans do more damage? That's what I mean. Like,
I think so. No, I oh god, I can see why this is harder than it actually is. Now, I'll give you the credit you two deserve.
Sam, I hope you're not taking offense at where I'm putting this now. And I know it does depend on the weather, surely, because I know if you had your chance to air it out, the game would be different. But I've got to take it as like an overall, whether it's pissing down or blazing sunshine.
Leicester above. Okay, now I'm starting to think EKP might go a bit lower. EKP above Leicester. Do you see EKP? The thing is, I need to see more games. It's only been one game.
I can only, like I said before, right? I can only go off what we've seen, right?
Yeah. Okay.
With their Americans, Leicester up in the top 5, right?
Yeah.
And
But
that's me. No, maybe not top 5, but
I was
with
about
their
to-
Americans, top.
I'll give him top 10. I'll give
Yeah,
him top 10. I won't
well,
give him top
top.
5.
I would say top 7 with their Americans. Top 5, 6 or 7. Without, that's where they're at. I think.
Sam's
And
asking good questions. Why did you move the Vikings above EKP?
I moved the Vikings above EKP because I think the results that they've had, and then along with the scrimmage with yourself, Sam, I think they're a better side.
Okay.
I think that's the debate that I was having there, Sam, is whether the Vikings should be above EKP, going off the result EKP had with the Wolves shutting them out and scoring twice in a pissing down rain, and if I'm honest, I might have to move them above Vikings. Thinking about it, they've shut a team out, a Prem team.
That's what I'm trying to.
I'm gonna have to.
Move them up. Yeah, but now my concern is, would Leicester do you think? I personally would see Leicester handling Manchester. I didn't see the Vikings game, but off of what you've said, a full strength Leicester team, do they lose to the Titans as hard as the Vikings did? Well, not. I'm not trying to insult the Vikings, obviously, but do you see Leicester? Okay, if Leicester and the Vikings played, who do you see winning that game?
That depends for me on
Americans or no
the
Americans?
Americans. Yeah, no Americans, no Americans. I think it's a no. Without Americans, I think Vikings win that all day. Or
Okay, so when Leicester played Tamworth, did they have their Americans?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
And I'm not sure what Tamworth were like that game, obviously.
So that was first game of the season, and it was a close game. So we had Tamworth really low after that game.
Yeah.
And along with Falcons, but then once they'd lost their Americans, that was low. We've had a comment come in, obviously, why on Merseyside at 9, from Grant. Grant, where would you have them? This is just me just reaching out and asking now, because they've been very hit and miss. They've went and stomped all over Wolverines, but then they got battered off Titans, didn't they?
Yeah, but just the battering of the Wolverines, right? Okay, the Titans.
I can't look into it. Do you know what I mean? But then Wolverines battered someone, and then it's like, wait, they're on Merseyside, good or the shit. I can't work it out, and it's a struggle. It is a real struggle placing them. So I think 9th is quite fair. You say it's below Leicester and Vikings.
But then do I see EKP beating Merseyside? This is the problem. My mind's doing it as, do I see this team beating this team?
Yeah, I've got to go off. You know what it is? They're right. So they are right. So as of right now, the games that they've played, I think Vikings, Leicester, EKP, Shropshire go and beat the likes of Wolverines the way that they did, the way that Merseyside did.
The Titans and another team arguing. What team is Grant from? Grant Lawless.
Nottingham, maybe? No. No, he might be. Is it not Sandwell?
I don't know. They're arguing in the comments. Let them have it.
Oh no, he'd be Nottingham. Yeah, did you get a first down the second half? Yeah, they're all kicking off. Yeah, don't sleep on EKP. I am not sleeping on EKP. I rate
absolutely
EKP.
not. No, yeah.
You know what?
Okay. You know what? If you're going off right now, okay.
Do we do that? Do we do that right now?
What was Merseyside's last game?
That was the big win over fucking thingy, where over Wolverines.
Then how the hell can we drop them?
We can't. Then. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think we've got it. We've got to have it that maybe then.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nightmare. Merseyside
that's a hard one.
Yeah.
They're not. They're not. We're just looking, Stephen. Chill out. We're still. You're like a minute behind. You'll catch up, and we'll figure it out. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with that. I think that's how we sit. I want the Rams higher as well, and I think
You know what? I would put the Wolves below both the Caesars and the Rams.
mate, what these should be higher. These would be higher. They just need to get a fucking result or be able to play a game.
Yeah, I would put the Wolves. The thing is, yeah, I genuinely because the Caesars and the Rams. So in my mind,
By the way,
Rams
I am going to say that now. I know quite a few people of the Wolves, right? Don't fucking kick off, right? But I'll put you to slow, right?
get a result and you'll get back up. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, that's all it is, isn't it? It's like results be like.
I personally think my mind is going off if I played them. If me and my team played them, right? And I've played the like I would honestly have the Rams above them.
Bryce is like, this is more frantic than college rankings. People are losing their minds. Honestly, it really is. Like, for me,
Rams
right?
deserve credit. I really think the Rams do deserve credit. I rank them highly.
This is the issue I've got here. These two. That's honestly like the issue I've got. I think that's where I'm struggling at right now. It's EKP and Vikings, which way around does it go? And I have to have
for me, EKP. They shut out the Wolves.
The Wolves,
and,
yeah.
You know, like that's a big. I get it. It's the first game of the season. It was probably absolute dog shit weather, but at the end of the day, they got the job done.
I mean, I can't really see anything else. Really, like I think that's how we're gonna have to leave it. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Unfortunately for them, like I'm sorry, but I think that's where we're at the minute.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say because Leicester at 10, the other two drop just one player. I don't know what I don't even know what to say at the moment.
Well, Merseyside have a game this week. That's it. That's all we can say.
Do. They do.
Hey, we have a game. The Giants have a game. Merseyside have a game. So I had to mention our game because we ain't played in so long. There's opportunities now for them to show it. It's fine. They're playing Chester. I just really rank the Rams. I do. They gave us. I'll give them credit for when we played them for the first two drives. They had us not worried, but they had us thinking. And for a team that's below our division, they took us further than they should have. We came back, and obviously the game didn't finish. But the Rams aren't that far away. They really
I'm just pulling that comment up now before the fucking Vikings lads start getting down my throat.
Is Bryce a Viking player? Is he a Viking player?
He's the fucking head coach, mate.
Game over. Argument over, man. Yeah. That's it.
Nah, he knows how to settle that. Like he'll get that done, and he knows that. But again, with Vikings are a very different team without their front two quarterbacks.
Wow.
And they played the last game without the two main QBs. So
yeah,
I'm keeping the result. I'm keeping it how it was. If you don't like it, you can head over to www. No, you can't. We don't have a fucking website. I don't care. Right. So that's what we're staying at. Thanks very much for tuning in. If you want to get involved with a youth or junior show, give us a shout. Women's show, give us a shout. We'll get something sorted and we'll go from there. Grant, I do know that O's beat most of the Div 1 teams, but I can't do anything until they've all done it. Okay? Post-season tournament to sort it all out, sponsored by Britballin. Let me speak to my sponsors. We'll see what we can do. But honestly, I can only say thanks very much for tuning in. If I've pissed you off, then